Hello and welcome back to the Taylor Seminars, where we talk about how Taylor Swift turns life into poetry. My name is Hannah, and I'm here with my beautiful co-host Exquisite. Hello.
Hi, Hannah.
Tis the damn season. For tis the damn
Exactly.
season.
Exactly. Ugh, I'm so excited. I love this wintry song
It is,
so much.
I think one of the ways I know that this song is gonna be like a hit forever, like, is I've heard it on people's Christmas playlists who aren't Swifties. It's
Ugh.
it's like when Joni Mitchell's The River started popping up on like Christmas playlists.
Hmm.
Tis the damn season is gonna start popping up on playlists and it's gonna be this classic that just kind of coasts under until it breaks through. I mean, and who doesn't want a sad holiday song?
Exactly. I love a sad holiday song. And it's so topical because whomst among us haven't returned home to an old lover and been like, let me run the block. This is Taylor spinning the block song.
Yeah, I will say some Hannah lore. So yeah, I had a high school boyfriend who went off to college first, come back for winter break, and they came back. But for that one I was for sure like, okay, like this is like you don't really love me. I don't really love you. Like this is, and then
You're
we
just
moved
spinning
on
the
with our
block on
lives.
me.
But like there's something about coming back home for the holidays, trying to recapture, your youth and feeling like you're back home and so much changes when you go off to college. You have to grow, you lose part of yourself. It's scary. And so to come back and try to reconnect as best you can. Yeah.
Hmm. I always did the same thing, but then he was annoying me, so I was like, this is not worth it. It's like it's just not worth it. This song, I love it so much. I love this song so much that on my Substack, I have a short story written based on this song
I
because
love
it's
that.
in my brain. I love this song so much.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's 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 a song. So if you don't know the backstory, so this song was written when Taylor was hanging out with Jack and Aaron to do the Long Pond sessions. They had stayed
mhm.
up all night drinking, and then Aaron comes down and Taylor's like, "I have a song." She had like written it like when she was, I wouldn't say drunk per se, but definitely a little buzzed, having a good time, and had basically come up with the song in the middle of the night, as she does, probably like scribbled it down on a napkin or into her voice memo. So it is very funny.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And it really is funny that she was drunk and was like, I have
Oh
a
yeah,
great.
yeah. Aaron Dessner said, "I that song to me has always felt nostalgic or like some sort of longing." Amen, Aaron. And the song that Taylor wrote is so instantly relatable. There's an ache in you put there by the ache in me. I remember when she sang that to me in my kitchen. She had written it overnight during the Long Pond studio sessions. Actually, who does that?
That girl, that lady, she doesn't sleep, and she's like, "Oh, I have a good one." Like, imagine you're having a sleepover with Taylor Swift, and she wakes, she comes to you the next morning while you guys are eating breakfast. She's like, "Hey, you want to hear this?
It's
I have something to show you." Like,
yeah.
oh. And one of my favorite things about "Tis the Damn Season" is the fact that I remember watching the live stream. You were there of the first concert, and all of a sudden, I see the trees come up. And I was like, no way, no way. And she started singing "Tis the Damn
No,
Season."
Tis the Damn
Oh,
Season being played at the Eras Tour was on zero people's
no
bingo
one
card.
gets that.
Zero. And the fact that she opens and I heard that dun 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 dun, like that guitar. And sorry to say, a lot of people around me did not know that Evermore, the album. And I'm just like, it's Evermore. And people are just like, what? Anyway, but I got to see a witchy Taylor Swift singing "Tis the Damn Season" at the end of that catwalk, and it was magical.
And it just hurts my feelings so much that I think that one is like the only song not professionally recorded.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because she did it and then she got to LA and the Haim sisters were there
I
and they sing Nobody No
I'm
Crime.
still mad about that, Taylor
I
Swift.
am as well. She
What do
and
you
so
mean you'll get back to LA and your so-called friends and you don't sing that song in LA?
I know. So she didn't sing "Tis the Damn Season" LA. And then when the set list changed, she took it off. So I'm like, "Tis the Damn Season" never got her chance to be professionally recorded. But I was there and I got to hear her sing it. So
Yes, you
it's fun.
did in Atlanta and Nashville.
And Atlanta and Nashville,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
What a great song.
Yeah, I'm just lucky. I'm lucky I got it at all. Okay, because
I
she
know.
didn't sing it in LA. But yeah, it is a beautiful track. So Aaron Dessner said he wrote it as an instrumental track a long time ago, and it was one of his favorites. And so obviously Taylor, took it to that next level of making it a song. And Dessner told Billboard that it was, quote, a surreal moment, and his brain exploded when he heard like this song.
Mine did too.
Yeah.
Especially because this song is so. I think the reason it inspired a short story for me is because it's so like packed full of story in it. Like I think this is one of the Taylor songs similar to Last Great American Dynasty, I would say, that is like, oh, this is a story.
Yeah.
While Last Great American Dynasty is like, this is creative nonfiction. It's nonfiction. It's Taylor telling a biography of someone. This one, she's like, oh, fiction tale, and she literally gives us beginning, middle, and end. Like it's a proper story. We get all the story beats, and it's like you do get to know these characters so well in the space of like a 3 minute song, which is crazy. But yeah.
Yeah, and well, let's talk about the story of the song. So this is one of the ones that Taylor specifically wrote has a connection to another song.
Hmm.
So this song is connected to Dorothea. So
Yep.
it kind of goes, it does them reverse chronological order. So if Dorothea is kind of in the past, like, hey, Dorothea, do you ever stop to think about me? You're off in Hollywood now. And then "'Tis the Damn Season," which comes before, I think 3 or 4 tracks before, is when she had come back to LA before she was come back to Tupelo before she was super famous, hooked up with the guy singing in Dorothea, and then went off and started selling makeups in magazines. So,
He's famous. And so our we learned so much about Dorothy in this song that then is like it's like increased or like it's helped by the song Dorothy itself, but also Dorothea lets us know even more about the you in this song. So it's like we have these two characters that we know so well. And low key, I think we get to know these two better than we get to know like I say we know the lover in this better than we know James, even though we know James pretty well in folklore. But I do think like this one, it's just interesting. So I think we should probably get into it, Hannah.
yes, let's go for it. This is "'Tis the Damn Season" by Taylor Swift and Aaron Dessner. Wait, did they both write it? Or did he only give her writing credit? Now I'm not sure. Oh,
I
no,
think
she gave him writing credit. Oh, because she wrote to his
yeah,
track. Duh.
yeah.
Okay, here you go. If I wanted to know who you were hanging with while I was gone, I would have asked you. It's the kind of cold fogs up windshield glass, but I felt it when I passed you. There's an ache in you, put there by the ache in me. But if it's all the same to you, it's the same to me. Oh,
I just love it so much. Who just opens a song like that? Like she opens us. She starts. I think it's called a media res, but you start in the middle of the scene. And so she literally starts the song in the middle of the scene. So the very first thing we get is Dorothea saying, "If I wanted to know, like, what you were up to, I would ask. I don't care about any of that." But it immediately puts us in this headspace of, oh, she probably does care about that, but she is
pretending
because she
not
says, "I
to.
don't care." We know she cares, and that's the very first thing we know about the speaker is that she cares who this person was hanging out with when it wasn't her.
Yeah, but she's also trying to be so nonchalant about it. She's
Exactly.
trying to make it seem like, oh, you're not actually the love of my life, right? Like you're,
Exactly. Like she's just casual.
yeah, like, hey, like,
I don't
who
care.
cares if we hook up? Like, it's, or like, who cares if, whatever. It could also do a little more sentimental thing, like, hey, like, it really doesn't matter, right? Like, it's just you and me right now. Like, this little pocket universe we've made. Like, that's the thing that matters.
Yeah.
Um,
The only reason I read it less sentimental is because of the line that comes
yep.
right after. She's like, "It's the kind of cold fogs up windshield glasses." So it is freezing. And she felt that cold shoulder when she walked past him the first time.
Yeah. To me, it's also a little bit like it made her shiver. I think it made her well, then the next line, right? There's an ache in you, right? Like you know how like the cold seeps into your bones and it hurts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they had this separation where they both felt like something was unfinished, something is
Mm-hmm.
sore, something feels incomplete, even, right? Like if you're missing a body part, you have an ache. But then, despite this coldness, right? Like in a rom com where like the
Mm-hmm.
protagonist comes home and she doesn't maybe not rekindle yet, but runs into her former lover, and they're like, ooh, ooh, like like the glaring and the I don't care about you. But then the end of the verse is, but if it's all the same to you, it's the same to me.
Exactly. Which is like that is a known saying, and Taylor doesn't twist it, but the way she sings is interesting. But that saying means like, okay, if it doesn't matter to you, it doesn't matter to me. If it's like whatever for you, then it's whatever for me. Like we're on the same page here. It's another way of showing that Dorothea is kind of nonchalant.
Yeah.
It's almost like it makes no difference if we both hurt each other, right? If it doesn't matter, you doesn't matter to me, whatever. I don't care, and you don't care who I was hanging up with. So,
Yeah, but it's like again like a projected nonchalance. Like I think there
mm-hmm.
is a chalance there.
Oh,
That
they're so chalant. It's ridiculous. But they're both, and the fact that she says, if it's all the same to you, is that, and we know that that person is giving her the cold shoulder, they have this tension that you get in the first verse of they both care so much. And, and it's causing them to like come together, but not. And that's what that ache is, that there's so much tension of pretending not to care, even though they do.
and I love what you just said, because then I go back to it's the kind of cold fogs up windshield glass. Like fogging up windshield glass also reminds me of when they fogged up the windshield glass in the Titanic. Like the chemistry, there's heat, there's cold, right? Obviously they're cold to each other, the temperature's cold, but then there's also this heat there, which is
Hmm.
right under the surface. And yeah, that tension that you feel, the whole song is tense. Like as in it's got this pressure and it's got this push and pull throughout the whole thing. So okay, you
Hmm.
can go into the chorus.
So we could call it even. You could call me babe for the weekend. 'Tis the damn season. Write this down. I'm staying at my parents' house, and the road not taken looks real good now. And it always leads to you in my hometown.
Oh,
So there's so much in that. It's so um I just there's so much in that that is so funny to me. The opening of so we could call it even right after them both her saying I don't care who you had sex with basically. You don't care who I had sex with. So it's even. Like it's squared away. Like again, it's another like projected nonchalance.
yep, yep. And I love that, like, you know, and I also love the even. If when you call something even, it's like you're saying that the score, like, we're gonna kind of make us both 0-0, right? We're gonna have the same
Hmm.
score, and uh, it's this idea that, hey, like, it's okay that, like, it's also a sign that you did hurt me, right? I did hurt you. Like, it's a little bit of giving that, oh, I guess, yeah, we did, and we did have something, and so,
Hmm.
ugh, it's just so achy.
I know.
And then
It's so
and
good.
because we call it even, because we're starting from like a clean slate, you can call me babe this weekend. Like maybe that would have been
But
a
just for the
yes,
weekend, right?
just for this week. Again, very rom-commy, right? Like, where they have some kind of, like, we need to save the town fair by pretending to have this love. Oh yeah, oh, like, we're gonna pretend to get married so that everyone comes and like supports this park and something, right? Whatever, someone can
I
write
mean,
that.
and it's very rom com in the sense that this is low key a rom com, not even low key, high key. The person that's famous comes back home to their old
Oh,
lover, like,
100%.
and it's always set in the winter. Like, come on, Taylor, it's great.
Yeah.
Um, and I do love that "Tis the damn season." Write this down because she's literally it. Again, you're in that. She's the cool girl, nonchalant. Instead of giving him her number, she's like, "Hey, right, I'm staying at my parents' house. You know where it's at. Like, write it down that that's where I'm going to be at."
Yeah. And it's very like you have both like the meta Taylor, like where she's literally writing down these lyrics, but also this idea like, if I want you to write it down because you can't forget. Like, this means so much to me. Like, you
Hmm.
need to put this in your calendar. And obviously the play on "'Tis the Damn Season" is so good. Clearly the title of the song, but it comes from "'Tis the season," like "'Tis the season to be jolly." But because of this weight and this heaviness and this inevitable collision between these two people, right? "'Tis the damn season."
Hmm. And The Road Not Taken is a poem by Robert Frost, which is funny because it takes place in the winter. Um, and basically, the poem is about how he's like, he sees two roads in the path and he can only take one of them. He can't travel the other one.
Hmm.
And it's a fantastic poem. But the reason she uses it here is she goes, "The road not taken looks real good now because this person, all that history they had, she chose to go the other way."
Yeah.
And she's like, "I'm back home and now it looks good to go your way." And then Taylor continues on playing with the road with a Taylorism that's like on "All roads lead to Rome." That's that saying. And here she's like, "All
Oh,
roads lead to you."
to my hometown, not Rome
To
town.
you. Yep. To you in my hometown. She's like, every road I could have taken except the one that I did leads to you
Yeah,
at the
but I took that one road to LA, basically. The other road led to
end.
LA. And the other time she's used this phrase is in Illicit Affairs, where she goes, "Take the road less traveled by."
Hmm.
And that's a very common, not very common, but that's a very famous way of people always thinking about, the crossroads. And
Hmm.
the song is obviously filled with longing and regret. And, choosing which road you choose is often a good symbol for that.
Hmm.
Ugh. And the
Oh,
way she sings it, "'Tis the damn season, right this down." It's got like a
staying
driving
at my
beat.
parents' house.
No, so good. I like how we sing more and more as the seasons
I know.
progress. All right,
Ugh.
verse 2. Let me do that. "I parked my car right between the Methodist and the school that used to be ours. The holidays linger like bad perfume. You can run, but only so far. I escaped it too. Remember how you watched me leave. But if it's okay with you, it's okay with me."
There's so much in that. There's so much in this, right?
So
There's so
much.
much in this because we can kind of infer later that they both met up at the same place, but we know here she parks her car, and we know it's a smaller town because there's a Methodist right next to the church to the school. So there's a church next to the school. And typically that happens when you got these small, like close knit towns where everything's like
Yeah,
right at
I
the
literally
top.
think like Gilmore Girls town.
Hmm. And the school that used to be ours is so heavy because it's like there's something about being in between. So she's in between like a holy place and another holy place, which is something that was theirs,
Yep.
which is
Obviously, symbol. It infers. Like, it doesn't have to be obvious, but you can infer that they were like high school sweethearts, right? It used to be
hmm.
ours. Like we ruled this place. This was our, where we had held hands between class.
Hmm. Oh, it's just so good.
The holidays linger like bad perfume, which again reminds me of Illicit Affairs. Uh, you know, uh, Put the perfume on the shelf that you
Picked up just
picked
for
out just
him.
for him, right? So yeah, she is, and obviously they're having like a holiday affair. Maybe they're not cheating on anyone specifically, but they know this isn't gonna last, right? Uh,
Yeah, and also it's dragging on. If you've ever smelled a bad perfume, like you go into a department store and they spray a perfume on you that's like really bad. They stick around. Like the perfume you want to smell like is gone in 2 seconds, but what you don't want, it's literally gonna haunt you the rest of the
yeah,
day. It's, oh my god, I can still smell it. And this holiday that she's on back at home, and I think it's important to be like, it's her parents' house is where she's staying. Like that having to go back to your parents' house after you moved out is always such a weird thing
hmm
because maybe she doesn't even have a room anymore. They could have changed her room. We don't get all that, but it's like adding to the tension. She's like, oh my god, and it's dragging.
yeah,
He's
and,
following me.
and usually if it's the holidays, they're at least a week, right? Christmas to New Year's.
Hmm.
Maybe she's even there for 2, 3 weeks if she's an out of work actor in LA, right? It could be there a month. Her parents like, just come for Thanksgiving and just stick around till Christmas. And it's just that Thanksgiving to Christmas. If you're stuck at home moving back,
It's
that's long.
dragging. It's dragging, and she can't run away from it. So she can try.
Yeah. And but And so yeah, she's surrounded. So to me, that's like you're living at your parents' house. You can't like escape. You're just there. But she did escape in that she was able to move away. And the sad, I think underrated sad part is remember how you watched me leave.
And the thing about this is the you can run there. She's talking to him. She's like, you tried to run and you didn't, but I got away.
Oh, so you're thinking that's a literally he ran.
Yeah, like
I
he
thought
tried
you were
to
talking about a
he
general
I,
you, like a idea, but you're saying
yeah.
you him.
I don't think there's any general use here because immediately she goes, "Remember how you washed with me?" Like she does three U's in a row, right? And then there's also the hours, which implies the you and the I. So she goes, "You can run, but only so far. I escaped it too because they both ran, but
Okay.
he got stuck. He got stuck, and he had to watch her leave, even though they both tried to escape the small town."
Yeah, and to me it's sad because he
I know.
watched her leave and he didn't leave with her. I wonder if there was some kind of come
I
with
would
me.
stay forever if you what? Say don't go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I think there's other songs too where she's like if you had asked me to stay, I would have stayed.
I have a playlist.
Oh.
I do. Because it's such an interesting thing that Taylor has a preoccupation with, which is staying. So it's like either you could have stayed or you could have asked me to stay. And she has this whole like thing about it in songs. That's very interesting to
Yeah.
like sit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like there's got to be a song like "Oh, You're on Your Own, Kid."
Mm-hmm.
Um there's just one who could make me stay all my days. Right? Like if you had said something, if you had really like told me you loved me, I would have said, "Oh, you're on your own." We'll talk about how this fits into the Taylor verse.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's all okay. Anyway, but if it's okay with you, it's okay with me is again her repeating like and the repetition of these different things that are saying like they're even, they both don't care, is just letting you know even more they care so much. And
Yeah.
they're pretending like she's pretending like it was okay that he watched her leave, and he has to pretend that it's okay that she left.
Yes, exactly. And they're not okay.
And they're not.
uh, and then we have the chorus again. It is a
Yep.
little different. Let me read the chorus, and then you can have the bridge. Okay, so we
Yes.
could call it even. You could call me babe for the weekend. 'Tis the damn season. Write this down. I'm staying at my parents' house, and the road not taken looks real good now. Time flies, messy as the mud on your truck tires. Now I'm missing your smile. Hear me out. We could just ride around, and the road not taken looks real good now, and it always leads to you in my hometown.
And the thing I love the most about this is we get both their cars. And his car, the way his car looks, tells you something because it's messy. The tires are messy, muddy. So if you have muddy truck, that immediately invokes someone who's like a worker. He works with his hands. He may like pull things. He may be in construction. I don't know what he does, but we know he could work on a farm. Um, because we know this is either Tupelo, Mississippi, or Tupelo, Oklahoma.
Missouri? Yeah, somewhere in the
Yeah,
Midwest, maybe a little south, something like that.
maybe somewhere like that. We know it's one of the Tupelos, and so it's like he's working, and so there's this like he was never gonna leave. He was always gonna be like the person that stayed and worked. And also, m- trucks get stuck in mud. Trucks get stuck in mud. And so she's like describing time flying as the messy mud in his truck tires is crazy. She's thinking of these things. Like, oh my God.
I mean, and it also reminds me of, you know, just a boy in a pickup truck with the tendency of
Mhm.
getting stuck in back roads at night. There's another one, like, I think in You All Over Me. All over me. I'm looking up the lyrics clearly on Google right now. Um, the way the tires turn stones on old country roads and they leave a muddy underneath reminds me of
Yep.
you. Um, yeah, okay, so a little aside. I think that part of the reason why this song bubbled up during the Long Pond session. Just I think this is in the while she was preparing or was recording Fearless, Taylor's version. And so she's thinking about, yeah, country roads and pickup trucks and boys and 15 and things like that. And so I love this, like, time flies, like things have progressed, and yet the truck tires, I mean, sorry, the time flies, and yet it's not like it's simple, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't make every, you know, no amount of freedom gets you clean. I still have you all over me, right? Like
Yep.
it's,
And so and so it's so messy that she's missing him. She's like, I'm missing your smile. And then I love the comma, hear me out. And this is where she lays out her plan.
yes, I love the hear me out. It's like, first it's write this down, and now it's like,
I
hear me
know.
out.
Yeah, we could just ride around. We don't have to do anything, you know. We could go. She's like, you can show me back around town. What has changed? Like,
So rom-com coded.
I know.
And
And
again,
she's saying that because she misses him. Like that's what it is.
they do. They miss each other. And again, very fearless, even self-titled coded, right? Like, I was riding shotgun with my hair undone on the front seat of his car. Like, she's reminiscing about that, about back when they used to, 16 in the passenger seat.
Mm-hmm. And what else I love about the hear me out versus write this down is because with write this down, she goes, "'Tis the damn season." Like she's like, whatever, write this down. Versus here, she like it gets vulnerable. She's like, I'm missing your smile, so hear me out. Like it's no longer fake nonchalant at all. So they're like the nonchalance is out the window. Everything is messy. And you know what? My town has always led to you. So
Ugh.
let's go for a ride around the block. And then now that like the tension has cracked while they're in the car, we get the bridge, which is sleep in half the day just for old time's sake. I won't ask you to wait if you don't ask me to stay. So I'll go back to LA and the so called friends who'll write books about me if I ever make it, and wonder about the only soul who can tell which smiles I'm faking. And the heart I know I'm breaking is my own, to leave the warmest bed I've ever known. So we could call it even though I'm leaving, and I'll be yours for the weekend. 'Tis the damn season.
Girl, those slant rhymes at the end, every
I
time.
And so like not only like I love when basically so like in poetry we call this a volta when there's a turn in the poem. And I love when Taylor does that in a song. So we have that at the now I'm missing your smile. It's like, okay, we're no longer nonchalant. We are turning the song. And so she starts like just throwing in these slant lines of what they're gonna do and how fast it low key starts moving. Like the holidays were dragging and now they're not. And this is a problem for
Yeah.
her
They're,
because she's vulnerable again.
yep, they're so just like in high school when they were, having this high school summer love, romance, they're sleeping in half the day after, being up all night, right?
Hmm. And just for old time's sake, they did this all the time.
Yeah. And then, they're doing it as kind of like to remember and honor their past, right? And then, but they never talk about what's going to happen next, right? There's a little hint of like, not all's well. So I won't ask you to wait if you don't ask me to stay, right? Like,
And the craziest part about this is and we know this from the song Dorothea, which we'll get into when we get to Dorothea, is that they both want each other to ask. They're both waiting for the other person to ask. She wants him to ask her to stay so she can be like, I can't stay, but if you wait for me. But they both don't want to hold each other back. She's like, I'm not going to ask you to wait.
yeah.
And he's like, I would never don't not want you to go for your dream, so I'm never going to ask you to stay. And that's why it's not going to work. Like,
Yeah. So, and because they're not going to talk about it, the thing that they both want to talk about but also don't want to talk about. So she's going to go back to LA. Hello, LA, me. And the so-called friends who wrote books about me if I ever make it. Right? So she's like, I have fake friends. Like, we're all here for clout. Everyone's trying to be an influencer. Everyone's just trying to be an actor. All the transplants. Love you, transplants. Some of my best friends are transplants. Everything's fine. But they'll write books about me, and I'll just always remember you, which is like so sad.
I know. And also, I love the if I'll ever make it because she is the thing that's like really messing me up is the if there because she doesn't even know if
Nope.
it's worth it. to go.
Yeah.
And that's why she part of her wants him to ask her to stay because she's like, I have a life here. I'm maybe building a life there. I don't know if that risk is worth it, and it may not be worth it if I'm just breaking my heart to leave.
Yep.
Like I may not ever get this dream.
Yeah.
And because of that if she also has the wondering about like the only soul who knows what smile she's faking. So she's got the fake friends and she's like the one person in this bed who knows me better than anybody
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to leave him. Like am I crazy? It's giving sunshine midnight rain.
Oh yeah. We'll get into that. We'll get into
We'll
that.
get into that.
No,
And it's
no, and I love the songwriting in general. Like to sleep in half the day and then to have like almost the end of this bridge to leave the warmest bed I've ever known, right? Like it's like I have to come out of this dream and I have to go into the real world. I have to get out of the warmth of this, the womb. We always talk about how we all want to go back to the womb, and she has to go into the frigid cold, right? Back into winter to LA, which is not that cold in the winter. But you know what I mean, right? To be
yeah.
alone and to be have to brave the elements.
And Hannah, you know what's really crazy? The miscommunication of them both wanting the other to say something is that she doesn't think he loves her like that because she says I'm breaking my own heart, not his. The heart I know I'm breaking is my own.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
she doesn't
yeah.
realize it's breaking his heart to watch her go because she thinks like she's like putting on this perceived nonchalance. Um and he's also putting this perceived nonchalance, but both don't realize they're both inside just screaming, like, "No, please stay!" And she's like, "Please ask me to stay." And he's like, "But she would never stay." And she's like, "He would never ask me to stay because he doesn't even love me like that. It's because I broke his heart the first time, so
And
I've
I'm
been
I'm not
breaking
gonna
it."
lie, I usually hate rom-coms like this. I hate the miscommunication trope. I'm like, can you guys just talk about your feelings like mature people and like really bare your soul? But in a song, it's great. I think it's because I don't have to sit through 400 pages of them not talking properly.
Exactly. And also, I feel like the song, you know that saying that's like, people are in your life for a reason, a season, and a lifetime?
Mm-hmm.
This is the season. Tis the damn season. Wait.
Mm. Look at you, big brain.
So this, I know, right? So
Yeah.
this is the season that he is in her life only when she goes back home because she is meant to be in LA. Even though, like, the way she says so-called friends and faking smiles or whatever, it sounds like she hates it, but she wouldn't go back if she hated it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
she loves it. And we know in Dorothea that she's good at what she's doing.
Yeah. And I do want to talk about those slant lines at the end, like the way she
Yeah.
sings, even, leaving,
And we
weekend,
season.
season. Like, oh my gosh. But
The even though I'm leaving, the two evens back to back, and
yeah.
typically I don't like when the same word is like used next to each other. But this is it's a literary device that I will circle back to the name to. But she uses the evens in different ways. We could call it even as an equal, and then the even though is like a transition.
Hmm.
So they're calling it even though she's leaving.
Yeah.
So it's like she's using the same word in two different ways, so that's why it works.
It
Like,
totally works.
ugh, and it's just so good because it's like as she says it, you can feel that she doesn't want to leave.
Oh yeah.
Like, and the way she sings it, like she lingers on leaving.
Yeah. 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 And I'll be yours for the weekend. And who knows how long, again, she's been here. Might have been multiple weekends, but it might have just been for one weekend. And it's enough to rekindle a flame that they both thought maybe it wasn't there anymore. And then it's gonna linger like a bad perfume for the rest of their lives, basically. Or at least
You
it is
know,
for him. At least we'll see in the next or in his version of the song. But the other thing I wanted to say was it is very. This bridge is also kind of fearless coded, and that's the way I loved you, or the way I loved you, right? Like he can't see the smile I'm faking, and my heart's not breaking because I'm not feeling anything at all.
at all. And oh, it's called antenna classes. By the way,
Which was antenna classes.
the repetition of a word
Oh,
within a phrase, but they have two different meanings.
see, Taylor is big brained. You're big brained, and that word is big brained.
I know, but yeah, it is so fear. Like this song is so deeply fearless coded.
Oh yeah, and
Ugh.
I will
So
also say, even the first half of the bridge has the same kind of like slant rhyme. I just noticed. Sleep in half the day just for old time's sake. I won't ask you to wait if you don't ask me to stay. I'll go back to LA.
yep.
And then, yeah, that's crazy. Good. This girl's crazy.
It and
Half drunk,
faking
half
and
asleep.
breaking.
Yeah, fake and
I
break.
know. Uh,
And then,
faking, breaking it. If I the way she sings "Make It" makes it rhyme with "faking," which
yeah,
doesn't make sense, but it does.
it does.
Um, and again, I feel like the slant rhymes of all of it. It is like she has become like she's cracked herself open. She's vulnerable again, and so she's making things fit, right?
Yeah. Well, she's trying to make this relationship fit for a weekend,
Yep, she's trying
literally.
to fix it in.
Yeah. And tis the damn season it truly is. So the end of the song, it goes back to the extended chorus, and then the
Mhm.
outro, she repeats, "It always leads to you and my hometown."
And again, and that the thing that always leads is the road not taken. So she's again telling us like she's not going to take that road. She's not going to stay. But this person is so a part of her that he is her hometown, even though she's never going to move back home. Like it's so good, and it's so like it's so deeply interesting because it's like, yeah, that's just what happens. Like they had to leave she had to leave in order to like grow into whatever it is she is going to be, and she does have those regrets, which again we get our midnight rain
Yes, let's talk
where
about it.
literally okay because we literally had our episode on midnight rain, but midnight rain is like a deep portal, time travel, all love I unravel, and she sees like the postcard of this happy family she could have had, that road she never took, and he is intimately a part of this person for Dorothea is like the road she could have taken, and she would have been happy. That's the thing, she would have been happy, but she didn't have to do that. It's also almost like another I look in people's windows idea of, you know, she, she could have been. I don't think she's as sad that she didn't take it. That's why I think it's more like Midnight Rain. It's less of a sadness and despair and longing of I should have had that, and more of I could have had that. I like what I have now, but
Mm,
it could have been, and that could have been is so compelling because there's nothing wrong with if it had been. It just wasn't.
mm, yeah.
And one switch, all it took was one switch. If they just talked to each other, if he had just said, you know, I want you here with me, she would have been like, I want me here with you too. Or if she had asked him to come with her, you know, there could have been something like that. But he was never gonna do that.
Well, I will say, on that note, she did do a mashup of "Tis the Damn Season" and "Daylight" in Edinburgh, where she sings basically all of "Tis the Damn Season." She does like the verses and then the choruses, and then after "To Leave the Warmest Bed I've Ever Known," she sings "I Don't Want to Look at Anything Else Now That I Saw You." Right? There is a version in this mashup
Mhm.
where,
They go back to each
yeah,
other.
yeah, where they, you know,
And it's so cute.
it's so cute because because then when she goes back to we could call it even, you could call me babe for the weekend, it could be almost, it is cute. It's like, hey, like, remember, like, now we can pretend, like that, like we can like look back on the separation nostalgically as well, right? Like, and she only sees
Exactly.
daylight, and that's beautiful.
And even in the song in Dorothea, she does the same thing. Well, in Dorothea, there's the line that I want to bring up, and we'll talk about it when we get to Dorothea, where he just says, "It's never too late to come back to my side." You know?
Yeah,
So if you want to come back, you can, but you don't have to. Like, there's no pressure there. So they were like, it's just so interesting to get it from his point of view, where he's like, you could always stay. Like, you always have a home in your hometown. Like, you do. And for her to be like, he would never actually say he doesn't want me to stay, or he wouldn't do that to me. It's just so interesting. It's so jam packed. Tis the damn season. We love you.
okay, and there's one more mashup where it's the opposite, I guess. It was False God, "Tis the Damn Season" for Toronto Night One, where, right, we have this doomed love-ish, right, with False God. Like,
Mm-hmm.
where we're not doomed, I guess, like,
Strange.
yeah, a strained, complicated love, and then it goes into the first verse. If I wanted to know who we were hanging with while I was gone, and then she does like she does, I think, oh, she does here. She does the chorus, the short chorus, and then she does the bridge, and then to leave the warmest bed I've ever known, and then back into but we might get away with it, right? There's like this like it's complicated, right? It's like we're gonna keep doing this cycle
Mm-hmm.
of the altar is my hips. We'll even if it's a false god, and
Yep.
you can call me babe for the weekend. Like this is a situationship that is just
I know. And I love Taylor songs when she sings about sex and tension in interesting ways. And "'Tis the Damn Season" is a sex song.
oh yeah,
Tension is heavy forward. And combining with False God, she's like, let me pull the sex even more. So obviously, this is what was happening. And she's like, oh, and that sex was complicated too. Like, they couldn't communicate with each other,
yeah,
but they could have sex. And that was a way of communicating.
exactly.
Um,
So yeah, I think this is a highlight from Evermore, the album.
yeah.
It's definitely the highlight of the first half of the album. I
Okay,
mean,
whatever, Hannah.
I mean, the second half is full of bangers. So I would think the second half, there's a lot of tussles that could be had. But in terms of the first half, because how many tracks are on this album? 14, 15?
15.
Yeah. So in the first 7 tracks, like to me, like hands down, this is it. This is
Yeah, I'm not gonna disagree. I disagree with your tone. I disagree with your tone of saying
you're gonna do this to me for folklore, so it's fine. It'll
when
come
we get
back.
to Epiphany,
It'll
and I'm
come
just
back.
like, eh.
It'll come back around.
Anyway, it will. It will. I disagree with your tone, but yeah, I do think it's so interesting because if we look at the track listing, we go from Gold Rush, where she's like, I don't want to have this crush, to Tolerate It, where she's like, I do want to hook up and kind of be close with you again, to Tolerate It.
I'm sorry. You mean 'Tis the Damn Season?
Tis the Damn Season. Oh my gosh, I literally said it as I was looking. I was like,
You're
"This
so
is
funny.
Anyway, Tis the Damn Season, where she's like, yeah, we're gonna hook up, and there's that tension. To Tolerate It, which is a completely different kind of
Yeah.
tension, and it's almost like Tolerate It is the nightmare scenario of if she stayed home
Yep. Yep.
and she did not go and pursue her dreams. What
What?
would have happened?
She would have died.
Yeah, Tolerate. I'm very excited for us to talk about Tolerate It because it is like, okay, damn, Taylor, put the piano down, get away from me.
All right. Well,
She gave us some fun before that, though.
she did. She did. Shall we choose an emoji for this beautiful song? I mean, there's obviously, you could do you can throw as many Christmas emojis as you would like into this.
can.
But
Um,
there's also, we could do like a car, a road, you could do a star because later the stars in your eyes will shine brighter into blue. I think we've done
I
stars.
think we've done stars.
Yeah, I think we've done stars before, so maybe
This
not
is
that.
so difficult. You could do a bed.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, do a bed. Guys, it's a sex song. There's a warm
Yeah.
bed. She wants to come
Oh,
back in the bed.
Speaking of Hannah, you know what I just realized?
What?
Another reason why his truck tires are so muddy is for those of us in the South, who don't really get white Christmases. And I can understand why some people would imagine this is a white Christmas because, like snowy, beautiful. But I get the feeling that this takes place in the South and our winters are more damp and cold than snowy and cold, even though you can get snow sometimes. Hello, hashtag global warming. But
Oh my gosh.
but his tires are still so muddy because it's probably been a rainy winter. It's gross outside. So I just remember that. And this is also part of my agenda to be like, this song takes place in the South slash on the east side of the country and not with you Cali people.
No,
Yeah.
well, she's from LA. We know it's not there. But yeah, yeah.
She's visiting from LA, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. This is just part of my agenda. But also, I was just pointing it out because sometimes I do hear the song and I'm like, yes, snowy. But I don't think it's actually snowy in the song.
It's just cold and miserable.
Yeah, I think
And
this is
that's why she
cold and
wants to be in
miserable.
his warm bed. That
Yeah,
is
which would
so.
be in. Yeah, I wonder how does our well, if you're in the audience listening, how do you guys read it? Are you reading snow? Because I can see snow,
I mean, I
but
think I see snow because that's what she did for her lyric video. Like it's
yeah.
like a snow tree lined meadow thing. And there could have been
Mhm.
snow. The snow could have also melted, right?
Yeah, and it could
And
have been
that's why
that
it's muddy.
icky in
So
between.
yeah, it's we any precipitation is welcome.
Yeah. I just was wondering what people see because I also sometimes see snow and sometimes I don't. Depends on what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But yeah, Tupelo, Mississippi. I think I said Missouri earlier, but
there's a
Mississippi.
Tupelo, Oklahoma too. So I don't know where
I
Tupelo.
remember people were saying it's Mississippi because it's like kind of famous for being where like Elvis is from, and so it's like that's why it's kind of on the map.
I
But
mean, I guess.
yes, it could also be Tupelo, Oklahoma. I don't know.
I'm gonna put it in Mississippi though, just because just because yeah, the Elvis connection, but also I just think it's that's what you're gonna get Methodist church, but you're also gonna get Methodist church in Oklahoma. We're talking Bible Belt here. So it really doesn't matter where you're putting it. But I say Mississippi because I like the idea that it's deep south.
We
And
love
also
we love our American queen who likes to
yeah.
be everywhere.
Yeah, it puts it in conversation with Sweet Home Alabama.
Mm, all right.
All
Well,
right.
we are so excited for you guys to hear this episode. Next will be Tolerate It, which was also cut from the Era Stewart set list, but we will give her her moment. And we will talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.